So good morning students. In the previous class we have studied about the acidic nature of alcohols and their reaction with metals also you have studied. Now today we will study some more reactions of alcohol where it is acting as a nucleophile. So the first one, it is reaction with Grignard reagent. First one you have studied the reaction with metal. The second one is reaction with Grignard reagent. Students, I have told you that Grignard reagent is very reactive, and if any proton donor is present, right, then or any protic solvent is present, then it will react with it and it will form the alkene. So same happens here. See, when alcohol reacts with Grignard reagent, alkyl magnesium halide, then this RH alkane will be formed along with alkoxy magnesium halide, right? Alkoxy magnesium halide. So this is how the Grignard reagent reacts with alcohol to form alkene. Got it? Let us take one example. Suppose we have ethanol. When we react it with methyl magnesium chloride, we will get here methane, right? So methane will be formed, and along with that you will get ethoxy magnesium chloride. Ethoxy magnesium chloride. So this is how the Grignard reagent is converted to alkene. Got it? So now next we will study a very important reaction, that is esterification. Next, esterification. Now what is esterification? Esterification is reaction of alcohol with carboxylic acid or any acid derivative to form esters. Esters are the fruity smelling compounds, right? The reaction is carried out in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. Why we are taking here concentrated sulfuric acid? Because in this reaction, students, water is formed, and this reaction is a reverse reaction, right? So what happens? The ester and water again react together to give you carboxylic acid and alcohol. The function of sulfuric acid is to absorb water and hence prevents the backward reaction. Let us see. Suppose we have any carboxylic acid, we will take a general reaction here, right? I will write here. Esterification. So I will take a general reaction, say RCOH, carboxylic acid. When reacts with alcohol, water is removed. In the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, ester is formed, right? This is ester. This is carboxylic acid, alcohol. Now this reaction, it is a reversible reaction. So if water is present here, then again the ester and water will react and they will form carboxylic acid and alcohol. Therefore we are using here this concentrated sulfuric acid as a dehydrating reagent. It will absorb water, hence it will prevent the backward reaction, right? This reaction can be carried out by any acid derivatives. First let us see the example of this compounds, carboxylic acids. Let us take here ethanoic acid. When ethanoic acid reacts with ethanol, water will be removed in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid.
Yes.
Ester is formed, right? Now what is the name of this ester? This is ethyl ethanoate. This alkyl group is named as alkyl group, and this is named as alkanoate, right? Count the number of carbon. Here 2 are there, so ethanoate. Since here 2 are there, so this is ethyl. So ethyl ethanoate. So this is how carboxylic acid and alcohol react together to form ester. This ester has fruity smell, pleasant smell, you can say, right? Similarly, now next we will take acid anhydride. What is acid anhydride? If you remove one molecule of water from two molecules of acid, it will form acid anhydride. And when you react it with alcohol, then one acid, let us take here ethanol or methanol something. So one acid will be formed and the other ester will be formed. So you got acetic acid and ethyl ethanoate. So in this way, the acid anhydrides also react with alcohol to form carboxylic acid and ester. Right? Now we can take here acid halides also. Acid halide means which have COCl grouping. And when you react it with alcohol, so HCl will be removed here. Now this reaction, take place in the presence of any base, say pyridine, to remove this HCl, so that this HCl will be neutralized by the base and the reaction will be carried out in the forward direction. So you will get ester. If here I am taking methanol, so here you will get methyl ethanoate. Right, methyl ethanoate. So this is how the esterification reaction take place. Understood? So these were the reaction where you were studying that alcohol was behaving as a nucleophile. Next reactions we will study where the alcohol will behave as an electrophile. Now alcohol as an electrophile. Alcohol as an electrophile, most of the reactions you have already studied in the haloalkanes. The preparation of haloalkanes from alcohol is the reactions in which alcohol is acting as an electrophile. Such as the first one is reaction with halogen acid. So alcohols, when react with halogen acids means HX, that is hydrogen bromide, hydrogen chloride, hydrogen iodide, they all are halogen acids. So when they react together, they will give you haloalkanes. Right, they will give you haloalkanes. Let us write the reaction. Alcohol when react with hydrogen halides or halogen acids, then haloalkanes and water is formed. Now this reaction you have studied in Lucas test. What is Lucas test? Lucas test is the test which is used to distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol. You know that the tertiary alcohol is most reactive where the alcohol is acting as an electrophile, because in this type of reactions what happens that the reaction is carried out by the formation of carbocation, and since the stability of tertiary carbocation is maximum, therefore the tertiary alcohol is maximum reactive for such type of reactions, then secondary, then primary. So in the Lucas test, when we treat the tertiary alcohol with hydrogen chloride in the presence of anhydrous zinc chloride, then haloalkane, that is chloroalkane, will be formed and the turbidity will appear immediately. Whereas when secondary alcohol is taken, the turbidity will appear after 5 minutes. Whereas when we take primary alcohol, the turbidity will not appear at room temperature, it will only appear after heating. So this is how we can distinguish between the primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols, isn't it? So this reaction you have already studied. Same is repeated here. Okay, that when alcohol reacts with hydrogen halides, then haloalkane is formed. Got it? Now the next reaction which we will study is reaction with phosphorus halides. Now phosphorus halides are PCl5, PCl3, PbR3. phosphorus pentachloride, phosphorus trichloride, phosphorus tribromide, phosphorus triiodide, etc. So when again this reaction is a repetition, that when alcohols they react with phosphorus pentachloride, then I have told you the reaction will proceed in this way. And you will get here haloalkane, then phosphorus oxychloride and HCl. So haloalkane will be formed. Similarly, when the alcohols will react with phosphorus trichloride or phosphorus tribromide, then haloalkane and phosphorus acid is formed. Right. So in this way the alcohols are converted to haloalkanes. This reaction you have already studied. Now the next reaction also, it's a repetition, that is reaction of alcohol with thionyl chloride. So when alcohols reacts with thionyl chloride, this reaction is carried out in the presence of pyridine. So here also what you will get? Haloalkane, sulfur dioxide and HCl. This is the reaction which you call as Darzin's process, and here this is the best method to prepare the chloroalkane, since the byproducts formed are gases and they will escape and we will get a good yield of the chloroalkane, isn't it? So all these reactions where alcohol is behaving as an electrophile, you have already studied in the haloalkane chapter, isn't it? Now next we will continue with reactions where the complete molecule of alcohol is involved. Got it? So students, we will study now the reactions in which the alkyl group as well as the hydroxyl group both are involved, and in that the first reaction we will study is acid catalyzed dehydration. Acid catalyzed dehydration of alcohol. So actually this reaction is also an example of beta elimination reaction, right? And you know, for beta elimination there is requirement of beta hydrogen. So those alcohols which contain beta hydrogen, they will undergo this reaction when they are treated with any protic acid such as sulfuric acid or phosphoric acid, or you can take the catalyst anhydrous zinc chloride or alumina. Then water will be eliminated and alkene is formed as a product. Let us see how. This is alcohol. When it is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, this reaction with concentrated sulfuric acid and with primary alcohol, because you know that the reactivity of tertiary alcohol is more than secondary than primary, right? So the reaction will be proceeded in the same way. For primary we require higher temperature, for secondary little bit lower, and for tertiary still lower conditions are required for this reaction. So here for the primary alcohol the temperature required is 443 Kelvin and it occurs in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. So what happens? This water molecule is eliminated. See, this is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. So the elimination is taking place from the alpha and beta carbons, and water will be removed. So since water is removed, 1,1 valency of both the carbon will be set free and double bond will be introduced here. Alkene is formed. So alcohol is converted to alkene, isn't it? Now see, if the reaction, this is a reaction which is taking place with primary alcohol under same conditions. You will get ethene. Got it? If same reaction is carried out with secondary alcohol, Let us take here propane 2-ol and treat it with. Here you need only 95% of sulfuric acid. 95% of sulfuric acid, and the temperature will be milder. That is not 95%, it is 60% only, because 95% is required here. In the primary we require 90%, here only 60% of sulfuric acid, and the temperature required is 373 Kelvin. See, it is lower than that the primary alcohol. Then again the same will happen, the water will be eliminated. You can eliminate H from this beta carbon or this beta carbon, both are same, so you will get here propene. If suppose unsymmetrical alcohol is there, then you will follow Markovnikov's rule. Got it? So this is in the case of secondary alcohol. Propane 2-ol is converted to propene. If suppose we have tertiary alcohol, then further milder conditions are required, means with 30% sulfuric acid and further lower temperature 363 Kelvin, the reaction can be carried out, and you will get, you can remove, because there are 3 beta carbons, so you can remove from anywhere, 2-methyl propene will be formed. So got it? So since the reactivity is in the order of that 3 degree is more reactive than 2 degree, then primary, therefore the reaction also take place in the same order, with milder conditions for tertiary, then secondary, and most drastic conditions are required for the primary. And this is how alcohols are converted to alkenes. Got it? Now next we will study mechanism of this reaction. The reaction take place in 3 steps. So the first step, it is protonation of alcohol. I have told you that since here the reaction will be carried out by the breaking of COH bond, and whenever the COH bond is broken, then it means that the alcohol is also acting as an electrophile. So there should be first protonation, right? So protonation take place. Since the reaction is taking place in the presence of protic acid, so that will give you the proton. The sulfuric acid will give you proton and HSO4 minus. Now this proton, let us take here ethanol. Now you know that this oxygen contains lone pair of electron, therefore these lone pair of electrons will be donated to the proton. And you will get protonated alcohol. This protonated alcohol name is ethyl oxonium ion. What is it? Ethyl oxonium ion. So ethanol is converted to ethyl oxonium ion. This is your step 1, protonation of alcohol. Now the second step, it is formation of carbocation. Formation of carbocation. So this ethyl oxonium ion, it will be converted to carbocation. How? You know this oxygen is more electronegative and it is carrying the positive charge, so it will withdraw the electron from here. So this electrons will be moved to the oxygen, hence carbon will bear the positive charge. This first reaction is a fast reaction, second reaction is slow reaction, hence rate determining step. Since one molecule is participating, so it is following SN1 reaction, right? So here water will be eliminated and you will get a ethyl carbocation. Right. The second step is formation of carbocation. Now come to the third step. In third step, deprotonation will take place. Deprotonation means removal of proton. So from this carbocation, here HSO4 minus will react. So this proton from the beta carbon, it will give its electron to the positively charged carbon. Alkene will be formed. And H2SO4, the acid will be generated again. So this is how the alcohol is converted to alkene. See the first step. In the first step, the proton is attacking the alcohol. The oxygen, which is carrying the lone pair of electron, it is donating its electron to the hydrogen ion. Thus oxonium ion is formed, ethyl oxonium ion is formed, that is protonated alcohol is formed. In the next step, what is happening, that this ethyl oxonium ion or any oxonium ion, it is losing the water molecule and this is converting to carbocation. In the third step, this carbocation is losing the proton and is converting to ethene. So this is how alcohol is converted to ethene. Understood? So next we will study further reactions in which the complete molecule is involved in the next class. So till then, goodbye.